Hello everyone. A lot of you have been struggling to find the one best video that can guide you on how to make a good SOP for FMS. There is no one stop solution to this as everyone is unique and has his or her own strategy. But drafting a SOP in just 1000 characters, not words, in just 1000 characters, including your story, your achievements, your future goals, become difficult at some times, right? So for this, I asked Ayush, who is a student at FMS, and he took admission this year only. So he's a student of batch 26. So he made a SOP for himself in January, and hence he knows a lot of things around it. He has shared a beautiful video which will surely guide you on how you can start writing the SOP and how you can refine it time to time. So here you go, the Ayush is here and let's listen to the insights he share. Also, I will be going to share the original SOPs that students wrote in the past for FMS. So if you want them, please join my Telegram channel. The link is in description.
Hi everyone, this is Pratik Ayush, a first year student at FMS Delhi. With the application forms out, I know how it feels with the urge to make all the right ticks, and I'm here to help you with your SOP. Now we all know that an SOP is a very important component in the selection process here at FMS. But before we deep dive into what makes a good SOP, let's try to understand what is an SOP. An SOP, or a statement of purpose, is basically an outline of your overall candidature. So after reading your SOP for FMS, one will be able to understand three things. First, who you are. Second, what are the things that you want to achieve. And third, how an MBA from FMS will help you in terms of achieving those. And that is the essence of writing a good SOP. So again, to write a good SOP, we should have three things in mind, and it should encompass who you are, what are the things that you want to achieve, and third, how an MBA from FMS will help you in terms of achieving that. Now, a good SOP talks about all these things, but in a balanced manner. Here in the application form, you would see that they have kept a character limit of 1000. Mind you, it is not actually 1000 words. So don't write a big SOP altogether and try to submit it. It is actually characters. So even a space or a comma becomes very important in your SOP. So making a balanced SOP that covers everything at the same time and does not overkill one of the segments is the task that one should aim for. One of the traps people find themselves is that they start writing everything under 1000 character limit from the get-go, and that takes them nowhere. So don't do that, because you have all the time in the world, right? So make a big SOP and then try to cut the extra parts and have a refined version out of it. So that will make a good SOP. Now let's look at what are the things that we should keep in mind while writing SOP, and how are actually these three things can be written. So let's look at part 2 first, which is what are the things you want to achieve. In here, talk about your goals, maybe your short-term or long-term goal. For example, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a business leader. Mind you, since here we are just making a draft, so try to expand everything. Now let's look at part 1, who you are. Here we are not asking about tell me about yourself, let's say, and answering that. So just write a brief of who you are as a person. Maybe what values you have, maybe your family background. For example, I come from a joint family, from a small town, etc. And then talk about some of the things that you have done. Just write all these. So with this, what will happen is that you will have 2 big paragraphs. The next step is to connect the dots. The reason I asked you to write the part 2 first was so that you are clear with your objective, your goals. This should cover what do you want to achieve and why. Now with who you are part, basically what it is doing is, it is actually acting as the seeds of your objective, which means that you can say that your objective is aligning with your actions and is something that you naturally aspire for because of the values or background that you carry. So this is the overall objective of writing these 2 paragraphs. Mind you, there is no specific order in terms of how exactly these two paragraphs can be there in the final draft. As long as you're making sense, everything is perfect. Try to follow the 7 C's and you will be through. Now with these two paragraphs, we have answered most of the things. Towards the end, what is left is why MBA from FMS. And there are so many answers associated with it. You can talk about the benefits of an MBA, what are the skills that you can acquire, what are the things FMS is known for. Maybe if you're writing, let's say, for a marketing kind of an SOP, so you can always talk about FMS being the mecca of marketing. So anything that can just impart or create a sense that FMS is actually adding a value in terms of your objective. So in a nutshell, what we are saying is, I'm a person who is like this, defining who you are. I want to achieve something that will take me to my objective, the values and the means. Currently, I'm doing these things so that it gives a sense that you're trying to achieve that. You are doing it in real time itself also. And I believe that an MBA will help me to acquire XYZ skills to get me to my objective. And FMS will be the platform wherein I'll be whatever. So this is the overall structure of a good SOP. Now, mind you, there are certain things that one should always keep in mind while writing SOP. Do not use generic statements like I'm a dreamer, so I want to be an entrepreneur, or anything that is completely abstract. Try to back whatever you are writing with a small story of yours that can give your objective a personal touch or life. Do not write ChatGPT answers. They don't have any personality or individuality. And I know that since we are short on time and you will all have your CAT exams, so there's an urge to just find previous year SOPs of the selected candidates and write something that is in line with that. Don't do that, because what will happen is you all will end up writing the same SOPs. The professors would have read the SOPs of the previous selected student and they would know that, okay, you have copied it. And mind you, during the interview also, they may ask you anything related to your SOP also. And you will have to back it with your own statements and stories, right? So, and maybe they won't answer, but whatever you are saying and during the interview is actually not in line with whatever you have written. So that way the marks will get deducted. So try to write your own stories. Don't copy from anywhere else. Just make it yourself and then refine it, and you will end up having a very good SOP. I hope this was helpful, and I'll be waiting for you here at FMS. Thank you. Have a nice day.